Hi, you're here crafting with Michelle from Michelle's Ink and Stamp It, and this weekend I did a Get Your Cricut Out of the Box class up at my, I would say, not so local craft bookstore or scrapbook store because it's over an hour away for me, but it's the only one open. So I want to support them in any way that I can. I noticed that people had a lot of trouble loading their mat. When we got everything ready to go and put their mats in, their mat wasn't in all the way, so it wasn't cutting right. So I'm just going to go over basic steps. This will be a short video. This is your Cricut mat. There's an arrow up here. I'll turn this around. You can put it in either direction, this way or this way. You cannot put it in this way. This is too wide. But this way or with the arrow is fine. There's an outer grid line where you can see numbers and centimeters. You'll see the centimeters on the inside and the numbers, inches on the outside. When I'm loading my mat, I will look for this inside line. So I typically will use this upper left-hand corner, and I will get that so that the paper is lined up with it. And then I'll pull it away this way and then slide it in until the paper hits right on the line. And then you smooth your paper out. Whoops, sorry, that moves my table. So now let's go over to the machine. Okay, so here we are at the machine. My machine is on, the light is lit up. This is the load unload button with the arrows. This is the Cricut C for the cut button. This is the pause button. So if you have a problem while cutting, you press the pause button. You do have to give it a couple seconds. I know we're all impatient. So if you press the pause button off and on, you're effectively turning it on, pausing it, turning it back on, pausing it. So you just want to do that once and be patient. This is your accessories guide, which is marked A, and this is your blade housing that is marked B. So your accessories housing and your blade housing. We're not going to go into anything on those at this point. There's a guide here for your paper and your mat, and a guide over on this side. So you want to go under the guide here, under the guide there. I will take my hand and just press it up against the mat. If you have it and it rolls up in the center, it's going to hit your star wheels and it's not going to load to the proper spot. It's going to stop in front of the star wheels and it's going to have it's not going to load even. But if you make sure your mat is flat against, so I'll just put my hand here, slide it up, and I can tell by wiggling back and forth that the mat is secure up against the roller bar. I will then press the load unload button and I just apply gentle pressure. I am not pushing or pulling. Once it takes it, I let it go. So then your paper, you can see the paper back here, the gray, is in. Then you're ready to cut. So if you had a project going, this light would be flashing to load your paper, which we just did, and then the flashing C Cricut button or cut button would be flashing as well, and you could do that. We're not going to go into that. This is your unload button. When your project's done, this light will flash again, and you will take your mat out. So that's it for this lesson. Bye.